My skin is my sin.
Yeah. Said I'm soaking up this knowledge motivate. I swear these words they give me power, feel to motivate. I stay my heart, watch me glow, I'm feeling so amazing. Yeah. Look. Knowledge of self, piling up wealth. The book of brick came off the shelf. I just played the hand I was dealt. Studied the cards to beat the odds. I am at one with the gods. My mother's my universe. She gave birth to the star. It's been confirmed in my thoughts. So every verse I go hard. I'm just full of this black pride. No, I ain't perfect at all. No, not at all. To be greater, way more than before. Give them this black magic. This to be that sorcerer's flow. Abracadabra, welcome to madness. Created classic proof from out of nowhere. I just started crafting music for my people. Give them proper satisfaction. Action, roll the cameras, yeah, we on. Catch the spotlight, no, I ain't flashy. Low key, you know me, I'm in the cut. All black, rolling reefer up, turn it up. That's my jam right there. Got me feeling like the man right here. Oh yeah, well in advance, I'm aware of the tactics they using. Attack through the music, controlling our youth. Distracted and stupid, got these rappers pushing poison on them. They don't even use it. Came to the conclusion, had to take that frequency and create my own blueprint. Knowledge over trap beats, that black power music. Give my people energy. Swear I'm just a conduit for the ancestors. I don't write, I fine tune it just in case you ever wonder how I do it so exclusive. Soaking up this knowledge motivating. I swear these words they give me power, feeling motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hating. Use it as a source of inspiration, motivate. Soaking up this knowledge motivate. I swear these words they give me power, feeling motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hating. Use it as a source of inspiration, motivate. I'm about to level up, I got a daughter on the way, and I support her any means necessary. Baba Brick is transforming it right before your eyes, treated like a live performance. Messed around and lost my religion, waiting on this moment, and nothing seems clear right now. I swear I'm feeling good, my head up in the clouds, chilling on number 9. Tell them look at me now, the monster I trapped inside can finally let it out. You hear them growls, and freedom what we seeking, please believe it. I'ma rinse and repeat it until they learn the procedures. This my thesis, the index of my book upon completion. We gon' journey through my world, do this for my baby girl. Motivation levels, no, they never been this high. I'm killing vibes by making sure we survive. Who am I? Yeah, it's Brick. I'm still that same nigga that you knew though. All the way real, nothing pseudo. Not at all, man. Soaking up this knowledge motivating. I swear these words they give me power, feeling motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hating. Use it as a source of inspiration, motivate. Soaking up this knowledge, motivate. I swear these words they give me power, feeling motivate me. I expand my aura, watch me glow. I'm feeling so amazing, even though they hating. Use it as a source of inspiration, motivate. Yeah.
Everybody on, ain't this the style everybody want? If you sound like this on every song, then I can't get with it, so boy I'm gone. Who gassing you up trying to put you on? Writing your songs and you know they wrong. You must have been blowing on something strong. Something strong, cause in real rap you supposed to keep your lyrics intact, but y'all be mumbling all your words and think you're killing your raps. I'm just here to let you know that I ain't feeling your raps and show you phony little rappers where the realest was at. Here I am, my summer, my year, my come up, I'm here, ready for the limelight. I took a break from the rhyming and recorded the performance, so I had a little time to get my mind right. And I'm preparing for a come up every time I see the sun up. I want every single rapper in my hindsight, and I'm setting the bar high, you're never climbing my height. Rappers blowing up when they sound the way they for your heads when I see you come around. If I die before I'm crowned a legend, dig me out the ground. 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 If I die before I'm crowned a legend, dig me out the ground. It seems like everybody wanna sing nowadays, but y'all should stay in your lane and do your thing nowadays. Don't be like everybody else. Just speak from your heart, cause it should never be this hard to tell all you rappers apart. Real talk, boy, I got the heat. You all cannot compete. Cause in a few years, all your songs gon' be obsolete. I'm trying to be remembered. I'm bound to be a legend. I'm a teacher, so you learn right. Pay attention to the lesson. Why you stressing? Did I step on your toes? You should step up your flow. Hip-hop vets won't be impressed with you, bro. It's just best that you know. To all you culture vultures that don't live in fear, just know the end is near. This song alone done ended 10 careers. Peace. These rappers blowing up when they sound the way they sound. I'm picking up the game and I never put it down. I'm coming for your heads when I see you come around. If I die before I'm crowned a legend, dig me out the ground. 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 If I die before I'm crowned a legend, dig me out the ground. I got niggas caught in they feelings. Who had y'all thinking that y'all was appealing? Niggas was standing on top of the game till I stepped in and made them all fall through the ceiling. This ain't me going hard, boy, I'm just chillin'. But whether I'm having fun with it or not, you should know I'ma kill it. See, the value of hip-hop has depreciated. Cause all you rappers nowadays fail to appreciate it. What your fans know about you when they leaving your shows? Is it all about money? Is it all about hoes? When your career ends, you be somebody that nobody knows. While I get compared to the K. Lamars and Jermaine Coast, rappers come a dime a dozen. Y'all should just change flows and put some substance in your music, cause it's just plain old. I'm gone. How y'all blowing up when y'all sound the way y'all sound? I'm picking up the game, I never put it down. I'm coming for your head when I see you come around. If I die before I'm crowned a legend, dig me out the ground. Y'all better dig me out the ground, no. Dig me out the ground, no. Dig me out the ground. If I die before I'm crowned a legend, dig me out the ground.
What's good, fam? This is Jobs, and you are tuned into My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio, and we also live streaming on our Intellectually Petty channel. As I don't know if you checked out the show over the last couple of weeks, you know that they kind of shut us down on the other channel because Jobs was playing some copywritten songs, and they said, no, bro, we're going to sit you down. So we're on the Intellectually Petty channel right now, and we got like 12 subscribers. So if you tuned in, help us out. You know, we went from 500 and something to 12. So look out for your boy. But this is Jobs. And damn, did I say I'm just feeling like crap today. I'm in this boy sweating like a pig in a chop house. Definitely appreciate the tea that my queen brought me though. Wow, that's a beautiful thing right there. But anyway, how's your life? I hope it's dope. I hope you had a good day. And if not, at least you at the crib or, you know, if you're at work, I feel you. Sometimes work's just shit, period. You know, you just make it through, try the next day. It's the best I can give you. That's all I got. But let me hit y'all with the slogan again because I don't think I hit y'all with it completely. You are tuned into My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. All right, you know, I'm a person of routine, so I got to do things correctly or I don't feel right. I feel out of pocket for the rest of the show. And if you've been hiding under a rock, we do have Jewell Jones coming on today. It's pretty dope. The youngest Michigan state representative in the great state of Michigan's history. That's pretty dope. You know, man, that's a beautiful thing to see the younger generation stepping up. You know, it's a beautiful thing to see them taking ownership of their destiny. You know, so I definitely applaud that, and I salute that. And I'm just going to assume that you do too. You know, it was a couple of things I wanted to talk about, and I just I can't remember. And Afi, she'll be on in a few minutes. Shout out to Rome the Plug in the building. Did I do the shout outs? Oh, you know we don't talk about much for the first 15 minutes if you check this out. If you're looking at us on the live stream and you got a question or a comment, just go ahead and throw that in there. You know, we're not mad about that. And shout out to 9673. Just because. Damn, what was I gonna say? I did not get a chance to check out LeBron's special last night. However, I did get a chance to check out, I think it's Jason Whitlock's comments on it, and I'm not sure what barbershops that guy goes to, but the barbershops that I have frequented over the years are kind of raunchy at times, to keep it a stack. You know, now I will say that they are respectful when there's elders in the building or there's somebody's children in the building. But if it's just us men, we talking shit. And yes, we talking exactly from the clips that I saw of LeBron. We talking exactly like that. You know, to a certain extent, I felt what he said about Jon Stewart, though, a little bit. Not completely, but a little bit. You know, he did just seem, and I ain't, you know, I don't know how to say it, but he did seem a little out of place. You know, like he was added to be the diversity, and I'm kind of tired of that. Like why must we add to be the diversity or whatnot? And you know, and I could be wrong. Maybe him and LeBron just cool. That's a possibility too. They rich. You know, they moving in different circles. I don't know, but you know, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Oh, that's dope. Mahogany in the building. Man, I know I sound like crap. I know it, because I'm telling you, I slept probably 75% of the day. Been coughing. My fever is going down, so that's a good look. Been sweating up a storm. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm drinking some now. You know, so I'm already on that. And actually, the sweating part is actually kind of helping me to keep it a stack. But I typically don't like to have, like, pauses and breaks or whatnot. But if I take a break for whatever, it's either A, I'm trying to breathe, or B, I'm drinking some tea. So y'all going to have to forgive me. And do me a favor, if you are tuned in, share the show. Call somebody. Text somebody. You know, matter of fact, copy and paste it. That would be dope. Oh, and shout out to Chester. That's my guy right there. Like, Chester is a good dude. You know, the Dark Warrior perspective. Go check that out on YouTube. Matter of fact, go check out liberationmindedmedia.net. That is the family. Go check out Do the Knowledge Radio, coming back with a vengeance. Black Eye Stand Radio, always greatness. The Rundown with Renee, always greatness. And My Skin is My Sin. And we're here every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just pretty much waiting on the king to call up. And I said about 7:15, so, you know. And some people are I'm actually one of those people that show up on time for everything. Like, I'm that guy, if your party starts at 10 o'clock, I'm the guy that's there at 10 o'clock. Yes, I know it's pretty stupid, but I'm that guy. Peace, bruh. Dark Warrior Perspective is in the building. Do me a favor, man. Share that show, too. I definitely would like to get, whenever the king calls up, I definitely would like to get a nice little, all right, now. And while we at it, my bad, but, you know I can't multitask. But we got the Queen Afi in the building. Oh, and Kimmy, got to show love to Kimmy for getting us this interview. And I just hadn't done it just yet. Kimmy, but I definitely was going to get to that. It was definitely not unnoticed and truly, truly, truly humbling and appreciated. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Queen, you there?
Me? Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
Hey, everybody.
Right.
Peace and prosperity.
Oh, my goodness. How you feeling? How's life?
Usually I'm like, I'm good. I'm cool over here, but I got like a lot going on at one time. Nothing bad, just a lot going on at one time. So, but I'm making it. No complaints. Just a lot of
I got some
busyness.
goddamn complaints. I got a lot of complaints. Being sick is one of my complaints.
You being sick, you have a right to complain. So.
Oh, well, good then, because I got. Oh my goodness, man, and that's one thing when women say that men are big ass babies when we get sick. Like I can't even argue with that because I am the biggest punk on the planet when I get sick.
It don't even make no sense how y'all act. We be sick and we never know it.
You know what it is, though, is that psychologically society tells men that they can't be emotional. And the one time where you can kind of like just really let go is when you're sick. So we take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. That's your explanation for why y'all act like that?
Yep, and I'm sticking to it. It actually makes sense, too. You know? But I'm not even going to front. Like, yeah, I'm a big-ass baby when I get sick. That's not even a question. I can't even run from that. And I don't think I'm the only one. I ain't alone in that. I'm pretty sure most of us like that.
You're not the only one.
That's cool. Like, nobody gets sick all that often, so you got a strong man the rest of the time, and then you got a punk, maybe once a year, twice a year.
Yeah, that's true.
It balances out. Oh, but I was talking about, did you see that Jason Whitlock, his response to LeBron's show last night?
No, I did not. I've been kind of out of the loop with anything on TV.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just happened to catch it in the book. And he basically, again, was just basically slamming LeBron's show. And I guess LeBron's show was pretty much them sitting in the barbershop. It was him, a bunch of rich brothers, and Jon Stewart. And so Jason Whitlock's whole thing was, first off, they was cussing too much. They said nigga too much. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't know what barbershops you have been to, but the barbershops I have been to, that's like standard dialogue, bro. And he was trying to make it seem like every barbershop he went to, that was not the case. Well, you must have been going to the upper echelon black barbershops. Because the barbershops I went to in the hood, what? Now, not to say they didn't have respect, though, too. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you was asking me a question.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, like my experience in the barbershop has been totally different. And I'm not saying that they disrespectful at all. Like if you come in there with your 3-year-old, brothers, act accordingly.
Right.
If you come in there with your grandfather, unless your grandfather starts cussing up a storm, which is strongly possible, but, they show respect.
Sounds like he was just finding stuff to pick over.
He pretty much was. Chester say Whitlock hates anyone who's black except Clarence Thomas. Excuse me. That's pretty funny. You know what? He definitely seems to have an agenda, and I'm not really one of those slam people types, but in his case, he makes it so easy. It's like he goes out his way to slam brothers and sisters, and I'm not sure why. Well, actually, I am pretty sure why at this point, but
I mean, somebody paid him.
Yeah, and that's what it is, And unfortunately, like at what, and I say it all the time, at what point do we blame him for saying the outlandish shit or us for watching it and sharing it? You know,
I mean, that's a good point.
I sure did watch this shit. I'm not even gonna front. You know, so I helped promote this shit.
I mean, but he got a little boost. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna level out in a couple of days. So until he does something else outrageous or says something else about someone else that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's pretty much his MO though. You know, is ridiculousness. To be quite honest, you know. And I forget what show he was on before. Was he on ESPN before? Somebody out there let me know. I think he was, because I remember he didn't used to be outlandish. You know, but you know, like in sports radio, you always gotta have like the black dude who is like ultra conservative or who is not for black people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that. And then you got you know, some dudes that's in the middle, and then you got like Jemele Hill, and you see what's happening to her. Although, if I'm gonna get let go and they give me $6 million, please fire me tomorrow.
Right, I ain't gonna be mad.
I'm not gonna be mad. You know, and she got a what is her production company? I think it's Lodge Freeway Productions, which is pretty dope. That's a freeway in Detroit, so that's pretty dope that she named it that. Shout out to her. But I think her and her, you know, partner or whatever are going to get into media somehow. So with $6 million, you got a nice jump off, and she's good at what she does. So shout out to her. What else is going on in the world? And I'm pretty much just randomly talking about anything because we just waiting on Jewell. I hit him up and let him know we was live. And y'all know how it goes. You know, it's a busy brother.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, kind of did a little research. Like, it's got to be crazy to have that much influence at such a young age.
I would imagine so, but you know, like if we don't, you know, put those kind of expectations on our best and brightest, then we're failing him. So, you know,
that's some real shit right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And you know what? I might have forgot to. Let me hit him up with the number. And you know I can't multitask, especially today.
I know.
I'm so flat. You know, I ain't got no life. I know people out there like, oh my God, this shit is boring. I would not be mad at you.
I mean, you know, hopefully there are repeat listeners and the people understand. Every now and again, you know, you're not gonna come in doing cartwheels into the show.
I know. But I would like to do the worm. You know, I have not done the worm in a while. I'm going to do that. That's going to be my post-sickness thing. I'm going to do the worm once I'm done being sick.
I think you got a 2-step that you do in your Kona with your drink in your hand, and that's what you do all night. That's what I think.
Well, I haven't been to a club in so damn long. Shit. I wouldn't know what to do. I would just be there. Oh, and let me cut myself off right quick. And we do have Jewell Jones, the neighborhood hope dealer, Michigan's youngest state representative, Inktown's finest, in the queue. And let me get the king in on the line right now. What's good, fam? How you doing?
Hey, real good, King. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. My name is Jobs, and that is my co-host, the Queen Afi.
Peace, God. How you doing?
Real good, real good. How about yourself, sis?
I'm good.
That's good.
That's dope. That's dope, man. How's life, bro?
It's going real good. Just left a screening for one of our Democratic clubs. That went really well, so, you know, I can't complain right now. Just seeing rock and roll. That's it.
All right. Well, let's jump it off with tell us about Inkster, man. It's I grew up in Detroit, and I'm very familiar with the reputation that Inkster has established over the years. But for those people on other parts of the country, let them know what Inkster is about. Hello? King, you there?
Just breaking up. Yeah, I'm here. Just breaking up for a second. But in terms of
yeah, it's like you in the fog. Like we can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me right now? Just a moment.
Oh, we can hear you better now. That was better.
Sounds better now?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, in terms of Inkster, so that's my hometown. That's where I grew up at. We've had our ups and downs, but I think since 2015, back when I had got elected on city council, the new team that came in, the mayor and some of the other council members, we had some people that really got on board who are very vested in and invested in the community. And so I think Inkster's been on the up and up so far. Right now, we were a step away from emergency management, so the folk that were in office before us were kind of fiscally irresponsible, didn't really have a connection with the community, but now that's all changing, so people are more excited about, living in Inkster. They're proud to call that place home. Resources are coming back, and while we still have our shortcomings and our downfalls, people are optimistic to what the future holds. And so, it's been a lot of negative media and negative attention circulating around Inkster, but for those of us who live in the town, who really understand, where we came from and where we're at today and what's really possible, what's attainable, I think that we're thoroughly optimistic and we're looking forward to what the future holds.
That's dope. Man, I literally was in Inkster. I rode through Inkster this past weekend. I went to this hospital,
Okay.
man. I had a family member in that Garden City hospital. Y'all need to close that boy down. That shit's horrible. Excuse my language.
Wow.
Since I got you on the phone, that would be my one concern. But Inkster looked beautiful, man. And I've been, I'm an older cat, and so I came to, I've been going off and on to Inkster for a long time, and I can see the positive changes, and especially when you look at the numbers, the statistics, violent crime is going down, things of that nature. So whatever y'all doing, bro, it's working.
Oh yeah. It's really just bringing people together. That's been the biggest thing. It was always so partisan. Everybody in their own little silos doing their own little different things. But as long as the community come together, we realize, in teams, there's no sides. So it takes a team effort, for us to actually bring about real change that we can see. It really just takes us coming together and us knowing our neighbors and stuff like that. So that's kind of been the motive that's been spreading around. There's one Inkster trying to, spread more peace, more love, more unity, these sorts of things, just to get people on the same page. And so, once that starts changing and the positivity comes in, that mental facelift comes in, that's when you start to see the community reflect that. So I'm proud, of my hometown.
That's dope. That's real dope, bro.
Okay.
Well, when do you turn the politician off?
I don't know if I ever turn the politician. I'm not even the politician. I'm just Jewell, at the end of the day. And so I think Jewell just stay on. And so I'm really not even, if you ask a lot of cats, I'm not even really a politician in terms of, what the traditional politician is. I'm just Jewell. I came up, where I grew up at, and really, my parents really instilled this spirit of service inside of me, regardless if we was in the church setting or in the community. And so that's kind of just, it's natural for me to be in politics, but I'm not really much of a politician, And so I don't think that Jewell gets turned off. I think that I'm just flexible in all these different roles, and I kind of just try my best to bring it all together and just remain myself. I don't want to let these different roles that I play change me, especially politics, because it's a real messy game. Once you get inside, you see how all these different personalities, all these different environments, you in all these different settings, and I really don't. I would hope, and I got faith that I don't want to see myself succumb to some of the things that's in this arena just because I'm here. So I just remain myself. That's really it. I'll stay prayed up. Yeah.
I feel that, man. Because, geez, what are you, like 23, bro?
Yeah, 23 and 4 months, brother. I'm getting up there. Baby steps.
Excuse me, that was a good one, though. Man, I don't even, at 23, man, I'm not even gonna keep it a stack, bro. I didn't give a crap about nobody else. Like salute to your parents.
Oh, that's terrible.
I didn't. I'm keeping it a stack, and I'm being completely honest, you know, and it wasn't just me. It was a lot of people in my age group who weren't as forward thinking as the young king is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who didn't think about taking ownership of their community. I just happen to be one of those people, man. So I salute your whole family, man, for bringing somebody up that want to do something. That, you know, and I see more and more people of your generation, and from my standpoint, you know, that's a beautiful thing. I'm proud of y'all.
I appreciate that, brother. That's love.
No doubt, man. What's next, man? When you running for governor?
That's an interesting question. So I know in Michigan, at least, there's an age requirement or an age requirement works on different offices, and so you have to be 30 to run for governor. So I wouldn't actually be able to run for another 7 years or 6 years and 6 years and 8 months. But that's definitely something on the horizon. People have been telling me about, you know, talking about, you know, Michigan's never had a black governor before. Congress is also something I'll be able to run for in a couple of years. I'll be 25, so I'll be of age. And there's also other moves that are lateral moves, you know, to the state senate, other different roles. So it's a lot that people telling me about, and that's kind of how I got started, because someone told me to run for office and told me what to run for. I think that I'm very task-oriented, and as long as people are voting, I'm running. I'm just trying to figure out still, you know, what exactly makes sense, where we'd be best suited at. So I'm not exactly sure. I know something, though.
Okay, so how do you convince people? I'm over 40. How do you convince my generation to vote for you for governor?
I think it's just it's at the end of the day, politics is really just relationship building, I think, for the most part. And so I think, you know, with some people, I think it's all relative too at the end of the day. So with some people, you know, a message might work. I might get up, you know, say a very, very riveting speech, and something really resonates with some folk. And other people, it's like, hey, maybe we need to sit down and have a one-on-one conversation. And I think, especially since I'm so young right now, and we have a lot of time ahead of us in terms of, you know, getting to different positions, that I have a lot of time to build a lot of relationships with a lot of different people. And so I think I don't win when I'm 30. I think I win now by starting to cultivate a lot of these relationships with folks, letting them see some of the work that we're doing, bringing people in on the team, making sure that we keep everything inclusive and diverse. I think that's how we, you know, win down the road. So my whole thing is just being prepared. And so I think it's not really too much convincing people, just really, you know, building these different alliances and working with folk right now. So when, you know, push comes to shove and it's time for us to make different moves, that it's not me running for office, but it's us running for office, you know. And so I think that's really kind of where I'm at right now with these different roles, just being prepared and making sure we're building relationships with everybody. Because, like I said, you know, in the Genuine community, there are no sides. And so if we're really talking about winning, we're talking about being effective and efficient, I think it really just takes, you know, maximum team effort. So my biggest thing right now is just talking to everybody we possibly can, making sure as many people as possible who can get involved are involved. And so I think that's how I, you know, convince, so to say, people to support us by building those relationships now.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I agree with you 1,000%, man. And I can see why people in your district voted for you, too.
Right. You
got a genuineness to you, you know. It's not just like I don't feel like you selling snake oil or some shit like that. It's just, you know, you was right. You know, it's just Jewell being Jewell. You know, so that's pretty dope, and people can sense that realness. You know?
I appreciate that.
And I even see you co-sponsored a bill too.
Yeah, so we had a couple. I'm not. So I co-sponsored quite a few bills this last or early this year. So it depends. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but
the one that prohibits. Oh, my bad. The one that prohibits the locality, them from taxing foods and beverages.
You said the one that prohibits them from taxing foods and beverages?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, it's been a lot.
That makes sense to me.
So certain. Oh yeah. I think it's a lot of things that are common sense that I feel like we could be doing. And that we just don't do, for whatever reason. I mean, it's a lot of different factors that play into different policy and different legislation. Of course, one thing that's common sense is that a lot of people in government now are, seasoned European males. And so a lot of people are not looking at things from the same perspective that we might be looking at things, right? And then you have other factors of people being from different areas and not really understanding where everyone comes from. And then you have, partisanship is the issue and all these other differences. And so a lot of times we're not really having conversations that are focused around common sense and focused around empowering people and focused around, saving everyday citizens money. So I think whenever this kind of policy comes across my desk or, one of my colleagues' desks, I think that it's important and imperative for us all to support because it just makes sense at the end of the day.
It does make sense. And I'm sorry, Queen, I think I cut you off too.
Nothing. I was just saying when he said he don't know which bill you're talking about, I was like, flex on him. Let him know. So
I had to pull up, so I had to pull something up real quick. Actually, I had a couple of things already pulled up. But it's pretty. What I do like is that pretty. Go ahead.
I have a question about that. Is this like just is this grocery food and all of like this has been a thing that food has been taxed in Michigan?
So I mean, so it's not. Yeah, so food has not been taxed. I mean, it depends on where you're at. So like at your traditional grocery stores and stuff like that, or it's not a tax on food on groceries. But some places do allow, like different private, facilities or certain things of that nature. Like they do still allow people to tax for particular items, and so this is kind of just something to make it a level playing field across the board in terms of like that taxation.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think about legalizing marijuana?
Ooh. Okay. I think it's fine. My biggest thing was that earlier this year, it was in the House, so we had a chance as legislators to basically, comb through the legislation and make it our own and vote on it as legislators. But since that did not happen, it's going to be going on the ballot in November for everyone to vote on. My only concern with that is that there's really no way to decide where the profits go, and so I think it would have been best if the legislatures would have voted on it ourselves, because we would have had a chance to negotiate and put different things. Say, hey, X amount of dollars needs to be reinvested in communities, X amount of dollars needs to be reinvested in education or into roads. But now, since it's going to the ballot, once it comes back, kind of going to be left up to whoever the party and majority is to really decide how it goes. So depending on how these elections go in November is going to really dictate, how these dollars are being allocated in our state. And looking at other states, like this is going to be a nice, sizable amount of revenue available. Yeah. So you want to make sure that it's being allocated properly. And I think if we look at, trends and look at history, we see that, the Republicans, so to say, not that all of them are bad, not that all Democrats are good, but they just traditionally made poor decisions about allocating money. And typically our communities are left out, communities of color in particular are left out of the conversation so many times. And we see such a lack of resources that we continue to be in this spiraling effect downward because we don't see any of this revenue coming in from anything. And so I think that was my only concern. I was definitely happy that I went to the ballot because maybe it may help more people come and help voter turnout get up. But I was only concerned in terms of us not being able to really put teeth into what the legislation would be. But I'm definitely here for it. It's I would rather have marijuana over tobacco, in our community, and I think as long as it's regulated properly, it's fine. Do I think that it's going to stop a lot of the issues happening in our communities? Not necessarily, but I also think that if we're going to make this legal and we're going to, and certain individuals are going to start making profits off of this, that we need to, reach back and make sure that these people that have been affected by the same industry also see some kind of some kind of reparations and receive some kind of repentance for what happened to them, and we're about to just go ahead and change the whole system around and say, hey, this is absolutely fine. Let's make some money off it. Let's tax it. Of course, locking these individuals out and punishing them for something that was not that serious from the beginning. But yeah, I'm open to it.
Yeah, and my problem with it is that they've already kind of got the system in place, and I think that a lot of your colleagues didn't want that to be voted on for the reasons that you stated, so they don't have to make any decisions, and they can kick that money back to their people. Because like in Ohio, the first time they put it on the ballot, they had it where literally 4 people could make money off of it. I mean, like at the end of the day, make real money off of it. And they constructed the law so egregiously horrible that even the strongest weed smokers voted against it. and so what the governor did, he said, okay, he did what you said y'all should do. He basically took over and said, you know what, I'm going to make it legal, but only edibles medicinally. And this is how we going to do it. So it does make sense, from a practical standpoint. Like, y'all going to have to deal with it anyway. You might as well control it up front.
Right. Exactly.
But they don't want to have to go home to their constituents in Traverse City and say, I voted for weed.
Right.
It's tough, man. I don't know how you do it, bro. It's got to be a tough gig, man.
It's all just about building a good team. I actually found out that I have someone that helps us out a lot. Kim, she helps us out a whole lot. So the young sister that told me she knew you a while back. But I think that's how I stay sane, brother. I keep good people around me, and I just make sure we not entertaining no negativity, just staying focused, moving forward always. So.
Kimmy the boo thing. Love me some Kimmy.
You said what?
I said, Kimmy, that's
what you say? What did you say on public? What?
I love me some Kimmy.
All over the airwaves.
We don't have to get
family though.
We have to get her Michael Jackson obsession under control, but after that, she A1.
Yeah, she's obsessed with the Michael Jackson thing. I'm not even gonna front.
Yeah, she really do.
Too hard.
And shout out to Keith too, man. And your whole family, man.
All good people. Good family.
They definitely are good people. Yeah. And we all, actually, Afi and Keith are, what do you call it, Afi, like in a media group?
Oh, yeah, a Black-centered multimedia organization. Yeah. RMC,
so
in mind, Tim.
It's pretty dope. Just in case, when you start, you need some more commercials or whatnot, I try to plug people in. Hey, what you gonna do, man?
True.
That's what it's all about, Politics is the ultimate hustle. I'm sorry, what'd you say, bro?
I was just saying it's all about supporting. Collaboration is key. So I'm here for it.
Definitely. Call Keith up. You need someone to record, videography, photography, editing. He got you. You need to go around and make your promo commercial for when you run. Hey, he got you.
And congratulations on your second win, too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we got through the primary, so we got about 68 or so days left. Move on to the general election. Head up against the Republican. But what's good is that we're in an 84% Democratic district. So, we keep the momentum going, but we just need to make sure our voters turn out. And as long as they do, it should be a nice, comfortable win. So I know our biggest thing right now is just making sure we support other Democratic candidates or other good candidates in general, making sure they're getting elected, here in the state of Michigan and beyond. I'm about to definitely get a little bit more active in. Not sure if y'all are familiar with the 3 Black governors that are made it through their primaries, Ben Jealous in Maryland, Stacey Abrams in Georgia, and Andrew Gillum, who just won out in Florida, but definitely going to be getting active in their campaigns, making sure that we, get these voters out because we have a chance to really begin to revolutionize, our entire nation right now. So it's that time.
So you're getting calls from the big boys, huh?
Oh, yeah, those are my people.
Okay.
I told you, brother. It's all about relationship building, So, however, I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes for quite a while now, just working with cats, building with different folk, doing what I can here and there, and I think that's the best thing that we can do because, even the same way that we get in our own silos in our own small communities inside of one state, we get in our own silos inside of states, and it's often not a whole lot of communication and collaboration among states. And so I'm definitely trying to, bridge that gap to make sure that we're actually, associating with our brothers and sisters on the West Coast and our brothers and sisters on the East Coast or down south or even up in the UP, so everyone knows what's going on so we can figure out, how do we really address a lot of these issues in a collective fashion. So, yeah.
That's what's up right there, man. And let me ask you this. And you don't have to answer this because I don't want to get you in trouble or nothing, bro. But have you been called to support somebody that you morally couldn't support and you said no?
No, I don't think I've had anything like that come up just yet. I don't think anyone's asked me to do anything that I wouldn't have done. I don't think people even want to approach me about stuff like that because a lot of people already know how I am. So yeah, I don't think we ran into an issue like that. We ran into other issues of people not even like with this last campaign of people cut like we were talking about politics earlier, just messy, right? And so you do so much work for certain groups of people or certain folk, and then push come to shove on election time, and we ran into a lot of people from other some of our other communities trying to support or endorse our opponent, and now they're trying to repair relationships and do all this extra stuff, and it's all love at the end of the day, feel me? But it's a certain kind of love that certain people got to feel over others,
right?
Just because you didn't stick to what and so I don't think I've ran into anything about us endorsing people, but I think I ran into some issues just about really just letting because I think a lot of times with me out here, I see all the greatness that inside of people, and sometimes I allow that to shield me from how people really are. And so no matter what, with the team, I'm always trying to say, let's do as much as we can to support other people, even if we're not getting support back. But I think as soon as the moment comes when we really see people's true colors, like that's how you gotta deal with them just like that. And so I think we've seen a lot of that through this campaign. And so, it's gonna be a eye opener for a lot of folk come this second term. But that's life.
I like the petty in you, bro.
Oh yeah,
you gotta have some petty to be a politician, though.
Gotta be.
Yeah, that's Have you studied like historically politicians, and if so, who's your favorite?
I wouldn't say that I necessarily studied any in particular. I know, like when I was in school, studying like poli-sci or business or whatever, that we would discuss different ideologies and stuff like that. But I don't think we necessarily got too involved in particular politicians. I think different orators though, and things of that nature that I definitely looked out to, especially being around my father and him playing all these speeches and stuff coming up. I definitely seen me some Malcolm X, Dr. King, James Baldwin, Brother Huey. I mean, it's like a lot of these different cats from the movement days that I really I share some of the same spirits with them, because when I was growing up, that's kind of been some of the stuff instilled in me, from cats that I didn't know, and then just from people that I know, like present day, at my church or out in the community, who I see are like they out on the front lines fighting for people, whether that's in the spiritual fashion at a church or out in the community or, wherever, I think that it's not anybody in particular that I look to, but I kind of just have this assortment of folk that I pull everything from and really try to just grasp it all at once and, just keep that all with me during the day.
Oh, man. Coleman Young used to be a beast.
Oh, yeah. That's a bad brother right there.
That was a bad brother
That was a bad brother, yeah.
And he was the only one that I can recall who really understood the power of the water in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And that, Detroit is in control of a lot of the surrounding areas' water supply. That's why they're going so hard. I mean, not that they don't gentrify other cities, but that's why they're going so ape shit over gentrifying Detroit and taking it back.
Right.
Not only that,
and that's something that
go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say because of the Great Lakes, like if some shit really hit the fan, that's one of the few spots in this country where you got fresh water that you can actually go drink.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Our people ain't been looking at that.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons Kwame too. If we're just being honest, that's one of the reasons Kwame got in trouble as well, because I think Kwame's seen some of the benefits of the water supply, and I think for so long, a lot of people have been trying to tap into it, and that's one of the reasons he started to bring some of the issues upon himself, because he wasn't. I think the machine around the time that Coleman was around, it was a bit more stronger. So, but the time Kwame was in office, even though he was building all kind of coalitions and different things, a lot of that stuff was with people outside of politics. So he was doing a lot of things in the community. But a lot of these people that's been in the arena of politics for so long, who've been trying to go after certain stuff, Kwame, Kwame was a big brother, and he's very prideful, very intelligent. Knew exactly what he wanted to do, knew exactly how to handle his business, and so that's when you start seeing people coming for him because they're trying to tap into the water supply all over again. Thinking that they can get through him, and when he kind of was saying no, stuff like that, that's when you start seeing a lot of these little issues and a lot of these different hits start coming at him. From cats in Oakland County, Macomb County. Yeah,
I got to give him respect, man. He made it easy.
Yeah. It's certain individuals around him that you probably shouldn't have had around. Just off of the strength of his relationships with different cats, I think he kept them around. But he made his own mistakes at the same time. But there's a lot of initial things that brought on a lot of attention. But you hit that right on the head.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, man, and no disrespect to his parents, but they handled a lot of his problems early on. If he had a situation, they dealt with it. He wasn't really allotted from the outside looking in, from what I know, he wasn't really allotted to make his own mistakes, and not only make them, but fix them.
Right.
Man, that brother got a lot of love in Detroit still, though.
Oh, hey, it's all love for Kwame, man. That boy was a gladiator, and I don't know. I felt like Kwame's one of those brothers that's on his way to the White House. If everything would have been set in stone, at least
facts,
at least on a national level somewhere, because that's just how he moved. But when all that stuff started coming down, it was all that stuff kind of just seemed to fade away. But he was definitely like. He was the right man, he was out here, staying as black as could be, and also being that mayor that everybody needed. So, I was here for it. I appreciate the brother.
They saying you next up though, bruh. Like you the next Kwame. So just without all of the BS.
Without the problems, please.
Right. And it sounds like you definitely have paid attention enough where you can observe the mistakes. And that's how we should be. If your brother has come before you and something happens, you got to learn from that, good or bad.
Progression, yeah, that's true.
It's on the way. Give me 1 second, man. Let me get my manager on the line right quick. I think this is wrong.
Okay.
What's good, fam?
Yo, peace. What's good, brother?
What's good, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, look, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just talking to the young king, man. Jewell Jones, man, the youngest Michigan State representative in history. That's some dope shit right there, bro.
Oh,
that is really, man, that's dope. You ever just sit at home and just say that, like low key? You can tell us, man. We ain't got but 3 listeners.
No,
because I would.
I don't know. I don't think about it. I try not to think about it too much. You know.
Give it about 40 years. It'll be more than. Watch.
True.
You know, as you sitting there with your grandkids, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, wow, I did X, Y, and Z. I did this. You know. That's when you write the book.
Oh, we gotta write the book now.
You gonna write the book now?
We gotta start. We gotta start writing the book now. Yeah. I want to drop some kind of piece or something like that, like a short story. I'm not even sure. I'm still trying to put that together, man. I want to drop something short, probably like a 30 or 50 pager, just talking about getting started. You know, because it's like we do all these speaking engagements, do all this traveling, connect with all these folks. I want to have something tangible. That's not just words or stuff like that. I want to have something tangible to make sure I can put in the hands of people, so they really can just get a feel, you know, even when I'm not around, just, you know, some of the stuff that we've been through, some things that we experienced.
That's pretty dope, man. And you got the social media game on lock, too, by the way. You got more followers on Instagram than it's like people in Inkster. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, God is good. God is good.
Well,
what you say, Queen?
It's like the age. No, I said well deserved though. It's like the age of social media. He's definitely part of that generation where, you know, social media needs to be used as a tool, you know, more so than, you know, for recreation all the time. And then, you know, you figured out how to do that, how to marry the two.
And he got a healthy balance, like on his IG. He gives you just enough of him where you feel like you know him, but he's, you know, it's not like you know him too much.
Right.
You know, and then he sprinkles it with the politics.
Yeah.
You know, I watch, bro. I try to pay attention.
I see.
You know.
I see.
Yeah. But that's how you got to do it, though, man. People respond to simpler things easier, so you got to put the difficult shit wrapped up in the simple. If that even makes sense. How did AJ used to say it, Ro? You put the medicine in the candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing, man. So thus far, what's been your biggest mistake?
Biggest mistake. So I guess I kind of believe like I'm untouchable, like I'm invincible, so to speak. Just like so, and I still kind of feel like I am. I just feel like we're in this position because, you know, because like God like placed us here. So I feel like it's not that I'll do anything wrong, but I feel like it's nothing that can happen. Because I know, you know, as a young black man, we have a target on our back. And I think sometimes that by thinking that, you know, we're untouchable and that God has got us, that we sometimes fuel the fire, give people ammunition to just at least take little shots at us. So even like recently, you know, we had got some charges from the police, and it had got blown out of proportion, got all over the news and stuff like that. I ended up going to court last week, and I got dismissed because it wasn't nothing. But I think sometimes just by being in certain environments or being in certain situations, that just sometimes things are misconstrued and is blown out of proportion. And I still have to realize, you know, while I'm, you know, this young black man, there's just certain things that I, you know, I might not be able to do, certain things I might not be able to say, certain places I might not be able to be, that I used to, place I used to go, or people I used to hang out with, just to make sure that things aren't getting blown out of proportion. So I think sometimes I give people ammunition to come at us, even though, most of the time they don't. But if I had any mistakes, I'd probably say that'd probably be something.
That is one of the realest answers I've heard somebody on the show in 3.5 years say.
But
I like some real shit
too, though.
And the sad part about it too, like, and I seen it. I wasn't gonna bring it up, the whole, the legal situation, because I know there's some bullshit. But they splash that shit everywhere. But when you get it thrown out, it's like on the last page of the newspaper, up under the weight loss section.
Right.
Like they need to be honorable in their admissions of an apology.
Yeah, you know how it is, though.
Yeah, people ain't, especially those that don't want you in your position. And I'm quite sure you got your fair share of haters out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's all love.
Do you take it to heart? Does it bother you, or you just shrug it off?
No, I just be chilling. It's gonna happen, no matter what you're doing in life, there's always gonna be something there. So I don't entertain the negativity, like I was saying earlier. I make sure the team don't. People gonna say stuff, people gonna do stuff, but we know exactly what we doing. We know how we doing it. We know where our hearts at. We know where our minds at. So, as long as we doing what we supposed to be doing, I ain't got no time to be paying attention to nobody else trying to cause trouble. So.
I feel that. What are your thoughts on the socialist wing of the Democratic Party? Is it socialist? It is socialist. That's old girl in New York, right?
Who just got elected to Congress?
Did she get a? Yeah, what's her name though? I can't remember. The Latino sister. Cannot remember her name. But I know that was pretty much like, she's a socialist. That's all they kept saying. And I don't see, it's like they calling her Satan or some shit. Like, that's just not cool to me.
Yeah.
And
I think
there's some socialist principles that we will all enjoy.
Yeah, right. I think sometimes we got to be depending on who. A lot of times just some of these titles, depending on who, what news outlet is saying that sometimes they're trying to come in an aggressive manner or something like that. Because I know, I seen something the other day, they even called Andrew Gillum a socialist. And so I think sometimes that's how media portrays some folks, just to further the divide, between the community. Which at the end of the day, I think that socialism in its place is fine. I mean, it's a degree of socialism that needs to be present in any community. Like you said, it's certain principles of socialism that I think we all can agree with, we all can bear with. And then there's others that just aren't really realistic in the system that we're living in. We live in a capitalistic system. The adversarial system, requires winners and losers. And so certain tenets of socialism just aren't possible, under our current system of government. But like you said, I think it's definitely ideals that we all can get down with. So, I mean, I share a lot of those different ideals with them. So, common sense.
Yeah, that's just another one of their code words, for...
Right.
I don't even... I'm trying to think of a good way to say it, but it's definitely a code word now. Socialist. It's like calling somebody a communist back in the 50s.
Right.
They're calling everybody communist. They're calling all the freedom fighters communist.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Right. Right. There you go.
Yeah, you got it. Where to do your research?
I just saw her on innocent a couple of times. That's
pretty dope. I from what I've seen of her, I'm impressed. you know, and I understand why they are like just trying to label her as a socialist because she's a threat. She's a significant threat.
Right.
You know, she got the energy. She's an attractive person, and she got the smarts.
Right.
You know, and she.
But I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why socialism is considered, you know, such a bad thing. Socialism is taking the power out of the hands of the government and putting it in the hands of the people. And,
well, that's why it's a bad thing. Here, the government don't want that shit.
No, I get why politicians. I don't get why some of the public, you know, has a disdain for her.
Because we androids, a lot of us, and you know, people have been Trumpified. No matter what they say, it is the gospel. Even when you are presented with a bold-faced lie on tape, whatever they say, the truth ain't the truth. That's what Giuliani said.
Mm-hmm.
Who fixes their face to say something like that? And you get away with it, too.
Yo, whiteness is blinding. Like, it's like, seriously. The truth ain't the truth. Like, who would say that? And it's all behind the premise of I'm white and I can. Yo, that's wild, man. Like,
it's disheartening, but to be quite honest, like politics has always been the same. It's just they got more media now.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
You know, and I feel bad for your generation in that your mistakes are all being captured. Like we was able to see dumb shit growing up and leave it in our neighborhood or leave it with the people that was directly there. You know, y'all do something stupid and it's viral. Now you got 10 million people across this country that when they see you looking at you sideways.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much pressure. I don't know. You know, like so. I know you. I know the ladies are loving you right now. They got to. You got anybody special out there, or you know, am I messing up anything?
Trying to get me in trouble, brother.
Let me know, bro. Right.
You trying to get me in trouble, brother? You trying to get me in trouble?
You ain't understand that laugh, job.
Shoot, people want shout outs and stuff on the radio show.
Yeah, I heard that nervous laugh.
Yeah.
He like, yeah. Moving on. So what high school did you graduate from?
You said what?
I said, what high school did you graduate from?
I went to Glenn out in Westland.
On Westland. Oh,
yeah, I went to John Glenn in Westland, so I didn't go to the high. I just used to go up and practice football and track at the high, but I didn't actually go as a student though.
Man,
you know,
y'all gotta see.
I really be feeling like I can be included in a Michigan conversation until y'all start talking about the names of buildings and schools and stuff, and then I'd be like, man, I went to college in Michigan, and I'm like, okay, I understand, I know what that said, and then it get off specific, and then I gotta be quiet.
Hey, you know what? It's still a lot of places that I don't know. Like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like most people from Detroit would go to Inkster, Pontiac. You probably go to Eastern to party once you get old enough.
True.
You might go up to State. And back in my day, we could go when we hit 19, we went to Canada. You know, you could go over there and get drunk legally. So that's what we would do. Not, you know, since 9/11, when you got to have passports and you know the letter from your doctor and all type of shit. It's just ridiculous. It's not even, you know, I haven't even tried to go. Like, and it's a lot of people. They lost a lot of money with that. I'm sure they did.
Right.
You know, hell, you could run for mayor of Detroit if you had a residence there. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Anything is possible.
Hey, Coleman Young's son ran, and I don't believe he lived there.
Oh no, he might have an address there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. and the support that you got is for real, and that's gotta be imposing. Like how did you develop your network? You just went out there just asking, and people just bought into the system?
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it happened on the most part. It's like before I got started, like I said, it's a relationship building, so it was a lot of, I was doing a whole lot before my parents were I was involved, and then when I started becoming of age, and I started doing a lot. I had a small business with my sister, where we were doing a lot around the community. I was doing a lot of work with the congressional district. And so I was moving and shaking all over the place. And so I think after a while, I started getting to different types of people. So then traveling, that kind of stuff, and things started coming together, and things started making sense. And that's just, I exhausted all opportunities that were coming my way. So since I was doing this, it's like, I learned a whole lot in a very short period of time. And so when the time came for us to make a move, kind of like we was ready for it, the people was ready for it, everything just really just happened.
So who'd you tell first that you was running?
I think I might have told my parents, because I asked them if it would be cool. Cause I was like, because it all started from a Facebook post. It was all these people telling me to run, and I was like, okay, cool. If I get enough likes on this Facebook post, I'm gonna run for office. So I made this Facebook post this one day.
It was a dare. It was not a dare. A Facebook post. I don't even know what you call that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I think this had to be, I remember the date, it was January 12th, so it was 2015 when I made the post, and I forget exactly what I said, but I was just like, hey, I'm thinking about running for council, and I kind of just left it there. I got a whole bunch of likes, a whole bunch of comments. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm feeling good about it. So I just went ahead, started telling people I was running for office. Bumped into a friend of mine, Javion Johnson, my chief of staff now. And so, I just got back from Morehouse College, and I started this little thing on campus about, dressing up, and he's one of the other cats that was dressing up. We all know, they dress up at Morehouse. I was like, all right, cuz, you about to run my campaign. I didn't really ask him, I just told him. And so we just started shooting all these moves all over the place. Next thing you know, later that year, Restaurant got elected, and it's been an exciting ride since then. So.
You said you just told him, huh? That's pretty cool, though. That's
I just
cool,
told
man.
him I ain't really.
And that's a beautiful thing to see some young brothers get together and do something for a greater cause.
Yeah, that's the key to it all, Cause it really just takes, I think somebody said it best earlier. I was somewhere, I think I was in D.C. or something earlier this year, and a brother of mine, an older brother, his name's Diallo. He works with People for the American Way, this one organization. He said, you being there changes the equation. And so, the biggest thing I try to do now is just really let people know, it really just takes us just, taking that initial step. And once you take that initial step, there's so many different opportunities, so many different changes that we can make. We just have to get involved in a lot of engagement. That's what me and Jay did, and it's really opened up a whole lot for us now. So I'm excited.
So, and I could be wrong on this one, but after you get elected, did you go to the police academy?
Yeah. So last July 29th, 2017, I graduated from the auxiliary police academy. It was an in-house academy that I went through. I did a lot of work with the police department. I always wanted to be a spy, so it's something on the side. They told me they had an academy started. I was just like, cool, I'll go do it. So we did a 21-week academy. It's from January to July. Graduated that last year, so I've been out in the streets in my hometown, doing a bunch of different things. Out here on the force, so that's been keeping me young too, keeping me on my toes. So
you out there actually driving a police car, and you're a state representative?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gotta go in tonight. Actually, I was gonna be able to chill. I got a phone call not too long ago.
How the hell do you do all that?
I don't know, brother. I don't know. It's just staying busy, you know. It's kind of like what helps, you know. Besides having people around me, that's kind of what helps me just remain sane, and all that kind of stuff is just, you know, constant work, staying busy, because it really just allows me to play all these different roles, wear all these different hats. You know, sometimes I'm the state rep, I'm up here. Other times I might be, you know, a soldier and I'm under, you know, leadership. I might be a police officer and I'm still under leadership. So it allows me to, you know, be in a variety of roles, see things from a lot of different perspectives. And so it just really helps me with my frame of reference in life. And so it's, you know, the energy constantly is getting recharged throughout the day. So it's easy to do it. I just like staying busy, I think.
That's pretty cool too. You can tell your superiors, you know, well, they know you're a state rep, so it's only so far they can go.
Right. You let them say a few things, and then you gotta give them that look, like, okay, now. All right, buddy.
Oh my goodness, and I'm sorry, man, but I'm a little under the weather today, bro. It's just been a rough one.
No worries, brother. You get better.
Oh man, appreciate that, man. Damn, that's just cop, soldier, councilman, state rep, son, church member. What am I missing? Sleep. I'm missing sleep.
I think you got about them all. Oh.
Like, that's just that's obscene, bro. Like, do you take vacations or is it just nonstop?
I mean, vacations in terms of, I think when I travel out of town on business, it's kind of like a vacation, you know, a different scenery, different area. So, but I'm always on vacation, you know. Like my jobs aren't really jobs. It's like stuff that it's like I enjoy doing what I do. So it's like I really just be chilling. Like people think it's a whole lot, but it's really not. You know, it's a job, it's work. But I feel like it's for a good cause, and I enjoy doing it. So I'm always on vacation.
Yeah, I hope I don't get pulled. Actually, if I'm gonna get pulled over out in Inkster, I'm like, bruh, I interviewed you. Yeah, well, that was nice, man. Here go this ticket.
I don't pull nobody over, brother. I don't pull nobody over.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah, I don't pull people over. I do some other kind of stuff. So you're not gonna catch me pulling nobody over. I'm on a different mission.
Oh, you elite. That's dope. You ain't got to pull nobody over, so and you can't talk about it.
I don't want to pull nobody over.
Really? It's a couple people I pull over.
Yeah, I don't even want to pull nobody over, brother. I don't even like getting pulled over myself. I ain't pulling nobody over for nothing. No speeding. It's got to be something suspicious. I ain't pulling you over for speeding, though. Or nothing crazy like that.
I feel you on that one, too. You know, and being stopped, man, is a horrible, horrible feeling. I got stopped in Dearborn, I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Oh.
And, I had my two youngest daughters in the car with me. And I live in Ohio now. So, dude is like, you either give me your license or pay for this ticket right now. And I was like, bro, that's extortion. Like, well,
about paying in cash?
Yeah. Cash or credit on the spot.
What you do?
I had to pay his ass. I'm just glad I had the money. Because if I'd have given him my license and moved an inch, he could have arrested me for operating a vehicle without a license.
You said like it was so outrageous, but then you paid.
I mean, I'm in the car with my kids. I don't really have a choice.
It's
like if it was just me.
How dare you try to bribe me? How dare you do this illegal act? Do you have change for it?
Right.
Hey, it is what it is. Hell yeah,
right, that's how it went, sis.
Pretty much. That's exactly how it went. You know, but the last thing I want to do is get arrested in front of my kids. So I paid that $130 and kept it moving. You know, unfortunately,
that's right, I did.
Before. You know, over. I got arrested in front of my kids because my insurance company notified the DMV here that I didn't have insurance, even though I was fully insured.
Mm.
And they arrested my ass. I was like, that was, you know, seeing your kids see you get arrested is, especially for some shit that I didn't have any control over at all. I did nothing wrong. Bill paid up.
But wouldn't you think
everything
that
I'm
they would
supposed to
see
do.
that you were, you know, standing up for what was right and not being taken advantage of?
Yeah, that sounds like how things should be. How it is your ass go to jail.
I mean,
Right.
no, I know, but I mean, you know, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X got arrested in front of full of people that got arrested in front of their children, and they went and cooperated and, you know, pled their grievances, you know, when they safely arrived amongst other people and stood their ground and showed that what happened to them was not the right thing to do, and their kids understood that.
What they were doing was honorable. They were doing something for their people. I got arrested for not having no insurance.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm not talking about the reason. I'm talking about the fact that you were being bribed, you know, and possibly arrested for, you know, some ridiculous shit that was false, is what I'm saying. Like your kids would have saw that you wasn't going to take that shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I get,
no.
you know, I get not wanting to be arrested in front of your kids. It's a traumatic situation. It's a hard, you know, it's a hard thing to call. So
your kids never forget that. They never forget seeing their parents be arrested.
Of course.
That's true.
You know, and that helps. And they wonder, you know, they say, well, like when they be talking about terrorism, like people just pop up as terrorists. It's a process. You got to start with some shred of truth in their mind that they have been wronged. And then somebody in their vicinity exploits that little shred of truth and turns it into something that they wouldn't even think of on their own. Next thing you know, they doing dumb shit. Same thing with gangs. You know, it's a shred of truth to what they selling. Next thing you know, you in jail doing 30 years because you shot somebody.
Right.
And,
that's the truth.
You know, and them gang members ain't writing you no more, and they ain't putting no money on your books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just in there by yourself.
Man, no doubt. No doubt. Shout out to Kimmy again. She just inboxed me. yes, I put it out there. My bad, Queen. You'll be all right. Prince is better than Michael Jackson if you tuned in.
Oh gosh.
She's not gonna like that.
Go find something to do.
She's not gonna like that.
We're not gonna have this conversation today. Princess,
well, you know what, King? And I know you got to go to work today, man. I ain't putting you off the phone, bro. But I know you said you only had a half an hour, so you done went way past that. I definitely appreciate that. I know you got to work tonight too, man.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. Got to go pull a shift in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, man. Well, we do appreciate your time and your wisdom, King. And if there's anything that we can do for you, man, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Yeah, likewise, brother. I appreciate y'all having me on. Nice to meet y'all over the phone. So, just looking forward to building. I got a lot of work.
No doubt, man. Got to link up, man. One day when I come back home.
We're following your journey and your progress. You're definitely an inspiration out here for, you know, the younger adults that you know, lag around and don't see the urgency in being a responsible, productive adult in today's society. So I myself salute you for seeing that early. Your parents also for instilling that in you, and you know, I'm glad to see you standing behind you. So, you know, upward and onward, man.
There you go. I'm with it. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon then.
No doubt, man. Like I said, if you need anything, just don't hesitate to reach out. Peace and love, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
So we got about, what, 35 minutes to go?
5 minutes or so. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope, though, man. That's a lot of shit he got going on.
That's a solid brother early. y'all men, y'all take a little while, before y'all have sense about yourselves. I don't care what you say. At 23, y'all do not have sense. So.
No, I did not. I openly admit that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I was a moron at 23.
So.
What you say?
I was a moron at 23.
You are, but you still ain't got no sense.
Oh, well, that's true too. Yeah, like Rome is out of Rome somewhere else, man. I don't even know what to say.
Hey,
yeah, I think we can all. It's the beaters.
The beaters.
You got his head all messed up.
What's that?
Yeah, the white beaters. The T-shirt. You ain't seen the beaters?
Oh. I was looking for a wife beater Saturday, and my niece was like, "Why do they call them wife beaters?"
Yeah, like how bad did that first dude wearing one of those like jump on her? That forevermore they call that shirt and that shirt alone a wife beater.
Right, a wife.
I mean, is that where it's from? Like a dude whooped on a woman with a tank on? Where is that? What's going on?
I mean, considering that they call them wife beaters, I'm going out on a limb here, but that's probably where it's from.
I'm gonna Google it.
Well, you Google that. Let's do the research on wife beaters. Why are we doing the research on wife beaters? I don't know, but I'm kind of interested now. Actually, I kind of want to know. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. When is the interview? Is it September 19th? Anyway, look up Doggy Diamonds. He interviewing Beatty Siegel live in Times Square, New York. Make sure you go cop a ticket or 37. And I'm just let me see who else. Designsbymonet.com. Go there. EmeraldShell.com. Make sure you go there. Blackspot.com. BLAQ spot.com. Make sure you go there. Melanatedgreats.com. Make sure you go there. And always, MySkinIsMySin.com. And do us a favor, like I say, we got like 12 followers, subscribers on this Intellectually Petty channel. Make sure you call somebody. I'm begging y'all right now. Look out for us. Let us have at least 14 followers by the time we wake up in the morning. That'll be progress. We'll celebrate, and we'll send you absolutely nothing.
It's our birthday, and we need $1,000 donations from all of you.
Yeah, that too. Oh, my goodness, excuse me. What you find out about the wife beaters?
I did find out about a wife beater. So a wife beater is actually referencing back in medieval times when the men wore the chain linked tank top looking things up under their armor. They would when they did hand to hand combat, they would take off their armor and give it to their wives to hold, and they would only have the chain length thing on. So some kind of way that morphed into wife beater, but wife is WAIF, not wife like your spouse. So.
Yeah, I like my explanation better. Mine is I'm gonna roll with mine.
You can give an explanation.
Huh? I did give an explanation. The first dude that wore it must have smashed her so bad that they named that shirt thereafter wife beater.
Oh, well, no, that ain't it. So.
That is in my mind, and we rolling with that. I'm not going to hear like some chain link. Like,
because there's a lot of y'all that ain't beating nothing.
No. I mean, like you wear Jordan. Somebody might wear Jordan. So that don't mean you Jordan. It's just the name of the shirt.
No, but everybody thinks they can jump high and all that shit, and you can't. So I'm going to need y'all to stop adding all these attributes to y'all clothing and stuff like y'all Superman. Because y'all not shoes and clothing not going to make y'all performance any better than
that is actually not true. That is not true.
That is true.
That is not true. If you feel better, you perform better. That's science.
No.
That's absolutely true. when you feel a mess,
I don't know why you think you're the guru of women's opinions on sex and relationships, but you're not. This is like the second time in a week now, or a couple of weeks, that you've been telling me what a woman's position on something. No, I'm telling you it don't. It don't matter. You can think you're performing better, but unless you're asking the woman and she co-signing it, you're not.
I am the guru on everything. Have you not figured that out yet?
No,
I know all, and I'm telling you from experience. Like if you feel better, about just confidence. If you're not confident, things
when
suffer.
there's two parties involved, you don't get to make the decision on whether your performance was better. That needs to be confirmed by the other person.
Well, you get the confirmation.
Oh no.
I'm just saying. I mean, Rome, it's not really a conversation for you. We know you perform at 100% all the time.
I ain't say all that.
With your wife beater and your socks on, so we don't even need to ask you.
One sock.
You just seem like a brother who always keep your socks on. I bet you keep your socks on all the time, don't you?
Actually, I do. What's wrong with that?
You may, but I bet Rome, you keep your socks on all the time, don't you?
Nah, sometimes I wear shoes.
Huh?
Sometimes I wear shoes.
I can't hear you.
Sometimes you wear shoes.
You know what I'm talking about.
I keep my socks on.
Get maximum grip. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I just meant in general, like keeping your socks on. I would, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. My fault.
You rocking it with the Timbs on, huh? Come on, B. Come on, B.
That's terrible.
Oh my goodness, man. Y'all do not know. I think we are gonna shut it down a little early though, so I can go back to bed. I'm tired. That was a very dope interview though with Jewell.
Yeah, it was. It's one for the history books with them.
Yeah, I was surprised at his candor though. I understand, the youthful candor, but he know the game. That I was really surprised and impressed. He hit us early on with a couple political responses, and then he, came on out of that.
Yeah, he did. But I do like that he is conscientious enough to understand that in the line of profession that he's chosen to go into, whether he stays in it permanently or pursues it further after this position or not, he knows that at the moment, some people and some things that he was attached to before, he has to detach himself, at least temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people that would try to mesh the two, and end up getting brought down because of that. So it's good that he's aware enough to know, and handle that. He seems to handle that very well because he still maintains the support of his friends and family and community. So he's balancing it well.
Yeah, and again, shout out to his parents because they definitely did a damn good job.
Yeah.
And that's pretty dope that he talked to them first before running. That's pretty dope. But yeah, we're about to shut it down. I'm going to bed. Anybody got anything they want to say before we shut it down? And I don't know why I literally just pointed it in the air for absolutely no reason. I did.
I want to say that the rest of today and tomorrow are the last opportunities that everyone has to take advantage of the Black August sale on melanated.greats.com. There will be no extensions. There will be no excuses. get the sale. Yeah, so go check it out. MelaninGrace.com. That's all I got.
Bro, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How is next week?
Yeah, I'm good, man. All that next week. Oh, we should be doing the paper trails tomorrow about 5:30. Label Wars. It's me, Knowledge, and Killer battling it out. I got Jive Records, and who cares what they got because I am the greatest. Check that out. We'll be back next week. I don't know what we're talking about. I know we decided. Did we decide what we're talking about next week or no?
Still up
I don't know, but I don't think my daddy liked you no more. He was all excited about coming on the show.
I'm still waiting on my hat. Tell him to hit me up.
He might have some beef. He might have some beef with you. I don't know.
He don't want this work.
I'm just on mute myself.
If he don't want this work, tell him to call up. I got these bars.
Man.
Oh, speaking of that,
you do know my daddy. You do know my daddy travels, right? You do know he will show up.
Good. Tell him to bring my cowboy hat. I want the 20-gallon. You know, and some snakeskin boots. That would be dope. I'm not gonna wear them, but
you got to call for you walk. You got to call for you walk. You need the straw hat.
Yeah, I'll take the straw hat.
Convenience store $9.95 joints before you can rock the 10-gallon appropriately. They gonna know you knew.
Yeah, they gonna know. That's all right. I'm gonna rock it well though. Oh, and A-Verb did beat Mook. For anybody out there that's in the battle rap.
I told you.
Just saying. Yeah, I saw it. I mean, you know what though? I do think that the battle itself was overhyped. It wasn't the classic that everybody was making it out to be, in my opinion.
Yo, they just made it look bad for Mook with all the super reaching that they were doing and all this stuff, man. Like he lost.
Yeah, he lost.
He lost.
Yeah, it's not really a long, in-depth conversation on that one. Like, bro, you lost. You know, we'll see you when you battle in another 15 years.
They had to recorrect a whole article in the source because the first one was so biased. They didn't even mention Verb. You didn't know about that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they had to recorrect the entire article because it didn't even mention Verb in the first one. It was like Iron Solomon, Murder Mook, and who else was on that card? Whoever else was on the card, somebody else. Save the Day, and all this other crap. It had no mention of A-Verb in it. They had to recant the article and put a whole new one out.
Yeah, how do you not mention Verb? Verb is already a legend before that battle.
Right.
No, it's just solidified. You know, now it's unquestionable. You beat people's so-called GOAT. And I always thought Mook was overrated, and actually I did post that before the battle for those who want to go back and look.
Yeah, you got to hear AJ's take on it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to hit him up. Hey, man, but let me get out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Don't forget to follow us. Look up